Cheers! I do bugaroos. How the heck are you? So I just picked this one up, and I hadn't had it before. It's been around for a little bit, not a long time, but a handful of years, I guess. Smoothest whiskey in Tennessee, Uncle Nearest. Of course, there's a nice story there. Uncle Nearest in 1884 is the proud legacy of the best whiskey maker the world never knew. Tennessee distilling legend Nearest Green. Each of our small batch premium whiskeys are individually selected by our founders and descendants of Nearest Green, bottled at a similar proof to what made Nearest whiskey so beloved. It is 93 proof. Of course, there's another one that's aged longer. I have seen. I was going to say I'm told, but I've seen it. I haven't had either of them yet. They do tend to be pricey in my neck of the woods, and sometimes I'm on a budget. But I picked this one up at a big box store for about $16 less than it sells on their website. Yeah, believe that or not. Yeah, and about $15 cheaper than. Try to adjust that a little bit. About $15 cheaper than at another liquor store that I've seen it. So, well, at both of my local liquor stores, both the big ones. Yeah, I paid $33 for it at a big box store. I don't necessarily like shopping at those stores. I don't necessarily like to feed the big beast, but when I can save that amount of money, I really can't. I can't not shop there. The only thing I wish they would give me, so I looked on their website and they're not giving me the mash bill. That sort of upsets me a little bit. I would like to know exactly what the mash bill is. They're calling it a small batch whiskey and not a bourbon. That could be because it is Tennessee and the connection between this whiskey and that other well-known Tennessee whiskey. But so I've got this neat in rocks, there's the neat here. But I'm going to set that down and go straight to the rocks. I don't want too much water to get in here. I've got a 2-ounce pour in each. And this is my first alcoholic beverage of the day, believe it or not. Had some things going on this morning. Or I should say afternoon. So initially I get a lot of a light caramel, not light in flavor, but light in color, a light caramel. Some honey and some raw sugar notes as well. Certainly some oak, just a hint of spice. Just a hint of apple I'm picking up right there. Just a little bit. Just a suggestion. Just the idea that apple might exist. Yeah, here we go. I'm just going to take a drink and quit talking now, okay? You were saying, Tom, we wish you would. We wish you would, man. Mercy. I do tend to ramble on from time to time. I probably get that from my dad. He was known to do that when he was drinking anyway. I have some similar mannerisms I cannot deny as much as I would like to. Oh, wow. Much more char than I was expecting. That's very nice. Again, honey, light caramel, raw sugar, a lot of oak, and just a hint of spice in the finish. Just a little bit of cinnamon and allspice is what I'm getting predominantly. You might feel some clove as well, though. Maybe just a touch of very light underripe plum, and again, just a hint of apple. Oh, that's good. I debated, but tried to I go through periods with my whiskeys. I never have a collection because I don't believe in being a collector. I don't understand the point of having whiskeys to take picture to show everybody, hey, look at me, aren't I special? I never open these. I just don't get that mentality. It makes no sense to me. Everything I buy is going to be opened at some point. There are some that I hang on to so I can open them with certain people. at certain times, and I had a bunch built up. I had at one point I had 7 unopened bottles. I guess for me that's a bunch. For somebody it's nothing. But anyway, we had some company come in, some family from out of town, and so I wanted to share them. And then I just kind of got to where I was going to be working out of town, so I didn't want to purchase anything new. So I just kind of worked through what I got. So now I'm at that stage again as we get into this time of year where I'm thinking about trying to build that up again a little bit. So when I picked this up today, I thought, well, maybe I'll tuck it away, save it for Thanksgiving. But I hadn't had it, and I just been dying to taste it. So I'm going to have this taste. A little more than taste, I suppose. But I'm going to have this taste. Then I'm going to tuck it away till next weekend. So the nose was leading me to believe, because I'm not getting neat. I mean, this is on the rocks anyway. The nose was leading me to believe it was going to be very sweet. I really wasn't feeling a lot of that smoke on the nose here on the rocks, but ice will tend to subdue that anyway. So, and I haven't picked up the neat yet. So, but you do get a lot of that char as you take a drink. So the sweetness is balanced. It is plenty sweet, but it's balanced by that nice char. And you get to that beautiful oaky finish. A lot of times, spice notes are killed by ice, or they're subdued quite a bit. But here, I still feel them in a nice way. I get kind of like a cinnamon sugar note at the end. Again, a little bit of allspice. You might feel some clove in there. Trying to feel the Christmas spirit. It's a little bit earlier. Typically, I wait. I wait until Thanksgiving to start doing this nonsense, because you get this as my television set, right? It's not a real fireplace, or it is a real fireplace. It's just not mine. But yeah, we've been trying to get the spirit early. It started. We always kick off Christmas season with Die Hard. Some may not call it a Christmas movie, but I do, and I'll tell you exactly why I call it a Christmas movie. Look at the plot. The plot is a man who's estranged from his family coming home for Christmas. If that's not a Christmas movie, I don't know what is. Forget about the stuff blowing up and the people dying. That's just extra stuff. But the underlying theme of the movie is a man trying to get to his family on Christmas. That's all the movie is about. So it is a Christmas movie. Anyways, yeah, so I kicked it off with that. We've watched a handful since then. And trying to, we got this canned Christmas music with the fireplace in the background. Just trying to find a spirit, if you will. We haven't started decorating for Christmas yet, but maybe we will soon. I let my wife handle the decorating. It's not really my thing. I'm more about the spirit, right? I'll play the music. I'll start working on the food. I'll start planning the menu. But as far as putting stuff up in the house, that ain't my thing, man. Oh, mercy. And cheers. Okay, let me show you this bottle before I head on to neat. Uncle Nearest 1884. This is their small batch whiskey. Now, they do refer to it as a whiskey and not a bourbon. It is a lighter, it's not a bourbon, but I almost said bourbon, yeah. It is lighter than that other well-known Tennessee whiskey, I should say, in color. Anyway. Again, light caramel, not light in aroma, but like a light caramel. Again, I'm feeling a lot of those same notes, maybe just a little bit bigger, but nothing has changed. I'm getting the light caramel, the raw sugar, the honey notes. I wasn't feeling any of the char on the nose there until I take a drink. I am feeling a little bit here, but it is light. Certainly feel those oaky notes and a little bit of spice as well. Wow, that is delicious. Yeah, that's good, man. You know, we tend to focus on aromas, flavors, but there's those intangibles, right? The intangibles. For me, the mouthfeel, the viscosity is just as important as everything else. Does it feel too watery? Does it feel too viscous? This one is Goldilocks, man. It's just right. You feel those big sugars up front. Again, caramel, raw sugar, a little bit of honey. You get to the middle, I start to feel those fruit notes that we talked about. Underripe plum, a little bit of apple. Here I'm also feeling some golden raisin. And although I can feel the spice on the rocks, you can really feel the spice. It is magnified. There's no doubt about it. I certainly feel some cinnamon and some allspice, but I also get a hint of ginger and some clove. And a whole lot of oak, man. It's big and oaky, man. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, I've been dying to taste this, man. So when I picked it up, I said, "Damn it, I'm just gonna pop her." Yeah, I wanted to, I want to kind of tuck it away till next week. And I said, "No, I need to know. I need to know." Yeah, I hate buying stuff at the big box, but I mean, like I said, I mean, this was so much cheaper. The same thing, I bought the Whistle Pig 6 for about $14 less than my stores had it for. They've got in a purchase I hadn't thought about making until I saw the price on it today was the cast strength makers. Was about $17 cheaper than I saw online at both of my local liquor stores. So, damn. So I may have to pick up that one just because. I mean, I hate to pass up a bargain. They've got the Jefferson Oceans for about $11 less. It's $80 no matter how you slice it. Any liquor store in town, even at the grocery stores that have liquor. But they've got it for about $11 less at 69 and change. So I might have to pick that one up too. I mean, there's some things I hadn't thought about buying, but when I see a bargain, man, I gotta. I just gotta, man. Yeah, they also have another one again that I've had in the past. That I hadn't necessarily thought about buying this season was the Jameson Black Barrel, but again, it's about $10 less than it is at the store, and I hate to pass up a bargain. So when I get a chance to buy those to maybe fortify my bar again, I may have to. And I just found out, we are getting a little bit of a Christmas bonus this year that we hadn't before, so I'm kind of, glad for that as well. Times been a little tight. That's why kind of another reason why I was just kind of just going through what I had and not really replenishing anything. This is nice. So again, you get a lot of sweetness up front. It's not overly sweet by any means, but you do feel those nice sugars up front. And you get to the middle where I find those fruit notes. You get to the end, that finish, and you feel the spice and then that big oakiness going on. It's just done impeccably well. So there you go. And again, the intangibles, you get that mouthfeel, the viscosity is just perfect. It is a very luxurious whiskey, in my opinion. Yeah, the honest truth is, will I pay the $50 a bottle for it that most places want? Before I tasted it, no. After, not as long as I can buy it for 33 anyway. So there you go. I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor wisdom man. All right, good guy. Cheers.